Sometimes a day feels so heavy that you just want one quiet moment of comfort before you sleep. So tonight, I want to share a gentle tale that settles the heart. It begins with a simple scene, a tired man walking home as the evening sky slowly turns soft and blue, and the world around him becomes quiet enough for him to finally hear his own thoughts. His name is Zayd, and all day long he has been carrying worries that he never tells anyone about. He feels pressure from work, responsibilities at home, and a future that seems too uncertain. Even though he smiles in front of others, inside he feels as if life keeps putting stones in his pockets. As he walks, he wonders if things will ever become easier, and that question keeps echoing in his mind. Zayd stops near a small river on the edge of his village. The water moves slowly and catches the last bit of sunlight, and for the first time that day, he sits down and allows himself to breathe. As he watches the river, he feels a quiet sadness settle in his chest. He wants guidance, he wants relief, and he wants to know that he is not walking through life alone. While he is sitting there, an old traveler approaches along the path. His steps are slow but steady, and his expression is calm, almost as if he carries no worries at all. The traveler sits down near Zayd and simply asks why his face looks so tired. Zayd hesitates at first, but something about the traveler feels safe. So he begins to speak, explaining everything he has been holding inside. He talks about the pressure, the fear of failing, the feeling that he must stay strong even when he is exhausted. He explains how he prays and tries to stay patient, yet his heart still feels heavy. The traveler listens quietly, without interrupting. When Zayd finishes, the old man smiles with understanding and says that he once felt exactly the same way. He tells Zayd that many years ago, he used to fight every problem as if he could control everything by effort alone. He thought he had to solve every difficulty with his own strength, and that belief made his life much heavier than it needed to be. The traveler then shares a memory. He says that once, long ago, he had to cross a desert during a powerful sandstorm. The wind was sharp and painful, and every step forward felt like pushing against a wall. He fought the storm with all his strength, but the more he resisted, the more he suffered. Finally, an old desert guide told him something that changed his life. The guide said that in a storm, you do not fight the wind directly. You lower your head, you slow your breath, you plant your feet, and you trust that storms always pass, because no storm in the history of the world has stayed forever. As the traveler tells this story, Zayd feels something shift inside him. The traveler explains that life is filled with storms. Some appear in our work, some in our relationships, some in our own thoughts. We cannot stop every storm, and we are not meant to carry every burden alone. There is peace in releasing what is beyond our control and trusting the one who sees the entire path, even when we only see a few steps ahead. Zayd looks at the traveler and quietly asks how someone can learn to trust like that. The traveler replies that trust grows slowly through simple daily practices. He suggests sitting quietly for a few minutes each night, closing the eyes and naming each worry to yourself one by one. Then, imagine placing each worry into the hands of the Creator, knowing that He is nearer than you think and always watching over you. The traveler says that when you hand over your fears, your heart will feel lighter, even if your circumstances stay the same. Zayd tries to picture this practice in his mind, and something about it feels gentle and comforting. He realizes that his heart has been trying to control everything, and that is why it has grown so tired. The traveler tells him that a peaceful life does not come from a life without problems, but from a heart that knows it is not alone. The sky grows darker, and the traveler stands up to continue his journey. Before leaving, he tells Zayd that strength is not only in fighting. Sometimes strength is in surrendering your fears to the one who cares for you in ways you cannot see. He says that when a person walks with trust, even the hardest days soften, and even the longest nights feel brighter. Zayd watches the traveler walk away until he disappears along the road. The river still flows quietly beside him, but now the sound feels comforting instead of lonely. He takes a deep breath, feeling warmth in his chest that he has not felt in a long time. His problems still exist, but something inside him has changed. He stands up slowly and begins walking home with a calmer heart, knowing that he does not face tomorrow alone. Tonight, as you listen to this story, let it remind you of something important. You are stronger than your worries, your path is guided even when you cannot see where it leads, and the storms in your life will eventually pass. All you need is patience, trust, and a little faith in the one who is always near. If this story helped you find even a small moment of peace, then I invite you to join our family here. Subscribe to Spiritual Stories to End Your Day so you can end each night with calm, comfort, and a reminder that you are never alone.